Hi, this is Sagittarius Sun and Rising. Welcome to your September 2024 Astro Update. It's Serena here. I was thinking about, being a Sun in Sagittarius myself and September. I always like the idea of Virgo season, and maybe it's because I have inner planets in Earth, and I have the moon in Virgo actually, but Virgo is supposed to square off with Sag. They're both mutable signs and they square off to one another. However, it also, for Sag, is the 10th house of career. So there is something to be said about Virgo season for sure. And I also wanted to say that this is a jam-packed month. So I think that a lot will happen in a very short amount of time. We'll see. On the first of the month, this is Exhibit A, we have Pluto going back into Capricorn and Uranus retrograding at 27 degrees of Taurus. So, first of all, Pluto will be back in Capricorn for a couple of months. Now, I am already, now that I think about it, I'm seeing the hint of that, what that's going to look like in terms of the collective, in terms of like the authority figures trying to wrestle back power from the people who have kind of stepped forward, as we have seen in the past year. When was that? When it went, I think that was it 2023, right? I mean, time is going by so quickly. When it first went into Aquarius. And we've been seeing all over the world the people rising up. And so these entities trying to come back and going, wait, not so fast. We still are, the authority figures around here. You're the peons, get back into your place. And of course, that ain't gonna fly. This is just temporary. On a personal level for Sag, Pluto is going back into Capricorn, which is the second house. Now, this is a general reading, so of course, it depends on your individual chart where this is going to fall. And if you're like me, and this is this is not your natal chart, this is Sag is your sun sign, your natal chart is going to be totally different, could be, I should say, totally different. And therefore, you're going to have this Pluto in a different place. So keep that in mind. This could affect money. Now, I actually think that when Pluto is retrograding, this can be a great time for you to really look at an internal level about how you manifest wealth, because Pluto can actually be wealth. But how do you do it? Does it have to be like ideal times with the stock market or with the economy as a whole, or is it something else, some kind of ingredient that comes from within you? And so, I mean, I think even those mindset practices, law of attraction kind of stuff is really a great thing to focus on at this time. And if there's any kind of financial what we would call consequences that are occurring at this time, adjustments, understand that this is temporary. Pluto will go back into your third house in November. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's something that could actually bless you. Who knows? We shall see. And Uranus retrograding in Taurus, this will be in your sixth house of work and health. I feel like in terms of health, this is a great time for for with it retrograding, Uranus is about the nervous system of learning how to do, I forgot what they call it, like nervous system. There's another word for it. I think some of you know what I mean, and I can't think of the term, where you're kind of learning how to calm your nervous system. I want to learn that myself because I realize now that that's something that has always been part of my basic nature, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. It's like nervous system regulation, but there's something else. I can't think of it. So, because that's like an internal process. You're not looking at the outer world, you're looking within. Also, if you have some kind of a job where you've been having erratic hours and stuff like that, that could actually calm down for a while. And that might feel kind of nice, like you don't have these unpredictable schedules or something. On the 2nd, we have a new moon at 11 degrees of Virgo. That's falling in the 10th house of career, so there could be new developments there. Some of you could be even exploring a new career. Of course, we are out of the Mercury retrograde, but we are still in the shadow period until the 12th of the month. But it's still, Mercury's direct, and you might be pushing forward on some kind of new avenue career-wise for some reason. On the 4th, Mars goes into Cancer. This is the 8th house for Sagittarius. Sometimes with Mars, there can be combative energy. The 8th house can be other people's finances. Now, I shouldn't just say combative, just added activity perhaps, where you are having to, maybe you have to help someone do something. This someone would likely be a parent, for instance. The 8th house is other people's money or shared resources, and shared resources if it's a spouse, but maybe in some cases people are fighting over money. Hopefully not, money is not worth fighting for, but occasionally it might be worth fighting for if you do not want somebody to get this idea that they can just run roughshod over others and be greedy and things like that. Then you may try to teach them a lesson by standing up for yourself. In any case, this can indicate that you are fighting for what you feel you deserve. If you're getting divorced, for instance, and you're splitting up property, that could be it as well, or a will, or just added activity with something with someone else. But this might be something connected to metaphysics. That's the 8th house as well. Shamanism, paganism, things of that nature that are scorpionic. This is the house that connects with magic and astrology and the tarot. And I do feel that with Mars, it might be something that you are pursuing with a vengeance or a great passion, On the 9th, Mercury goes into Virgo. And this is Mercury going back into that 10th house where it has been, not there. And so some Sages may have been rethinking careers even, because look, you have a new moon on the 2nd, and then Mercury going back into that 10th house on the 9th after retrograding back into the 9th house. What that can mean, because the 9th house is our house, Sag's domain, and it can deal with matters connected to our life philosophy, and also our ethical framework, what we think is okay. In Buddhism, they have a term called right livelihood. So the things that we do for our work have to be ethical. They can't harm other people. And so even if something is a legal occupation, it doesn't mean that it is necessarily good for others. And you may feel that way very passionately about what it is that you're doing, where you're like, I don't think that this is right, or I don't think that this is beneficial. And maybe this has kind of been weighing on you and you're really ready for a change. So now you're able to resolve these matters, and Mercury going back into that 10th house a week after the new moon here can really be symbolic of a shift. On the 17th, we have a lunar eclipse at 25 degrees of Pisces that is falling in the 4th house of home and family for Sagittarius. This can mean an irrevocable ending for something domestically related. This could be major insights into your mother and maybe your relationship with her. 4th house can be it can be childhood. So it can be a time of being able to let go of any kind of maybe painful experiences that you feel still have you kind of trapped in a way, where you are still reliving things, or you feel like stuck in some way and you trace it back to earlier times. All of that can be really a great clearing for that. But I think too, you can have a manifestation if you've been really wanting a certain, you could even say like a dream home, but any kind of circumstance that is connected to real estate. This may be the time when it comes about, perhaps. On the 22nd, the sun goes into Libra. And on the same day, Venus, which is ruled by Libra, goes into Scorpio. So for Sag, Libra is the 11th house of hopes and wishes, but also the house of gains. We are going to have a solar eclipse here in early October. So that might be a time when you have more ways that you're making money or greater money. And the sun here is kind of the first foray into that, but also networking and, like your social network. That can be also, you never know, that can be very helpful in terms of increasing profits as well. Venus going into Scorpio means the 12th house. The 12th house is a house that is hidden, it's private, and it can be a time for you to take some kind of, maybe it's you're dating someone and you're dating them in secret, clandestine type of a thing. And it doesn't have to be cheating. There might be other reasons. Maybe you're a divorced parent and you're starting to date again. You don't want your children to have to deal with, some outer person. So you're just doing it secretly. Maybe you're working on an art project, but it's secret. On the 26th, Mercury goes into Libra. So now we have more energy in that 11th house. The 11th house is also the house of hopes and wishes. So thinking about those things that you want to bring, maybe your long-range goals, that's kind of the hopes and wishes angle. And just, like saying to yourself, this is what I want. in the future, making those long range goals for yourself. That can be something that you're thinking about. Thinking about how you're going to increase your profits might be something you're doing at this time. The 11th house is a money house because of the gains angle. All right, that's what I have for you, Sag. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, I'm promoting my double astrological readings, which are called my deep dive readings, an hour of natal chart analysis and an hour of transits for the upcoming 12 months for a special price. I sell those readings separately, so, you know, if you do the math, you can see that there is a savings by buying them together, and they go together. I used to, when I first started, I offered a combination, you know, natal chart analysis and transits, and it was inadequate because both of those readings took a lot longer than I expected. And I used to go way over the time, and so now I just do them separately, and it works out a lot better. So I have love readings and career readings and things like that. You can find out more information at the link below. Thanks for watching or listening. Bye.